Welcome back to the Game Smash Podcast. As always, I'm your host, William Liberty, and with me is...
Muhammad Yusuf.
And...
Alex Licor.
Hey, he's back. We got him back. We got some stuff we got to talk about. Division details. We got a bunch of details on the game, about the beta, when it's going to be announced, January 28th. We got new Pokken fighters confirmed for Pokken Tournament. We got Brazen, Garchomp, legendary Pokemon Mewtwo, even though he was kind of known to be in the game, and Chandelier, that weird ghost Kanda Pokemon. We got NetherRealm Studios announcing an enhanced online beta for MKX. It's like a new online infrastructure. We got Paragon character trailers, and just, we're going to talk about Paragon for a bit. New trailer for Zelda Wii U, apparently on its way. We're reported to have some gameplay on it and a couple other cool stuff. And that's what we got this week. But let's talk about what we played this week. So I played Tales of the Borderlands. I finished it. I beat it. Done.
Nice. Good stuff.
It took me maybe about 7 hours to beat the whole thing. That's all 5 episodes. And I will say this, it's probably one of my favorite Telltale games because it kind of changes things around to a certain extent. Well, more tonally. Like, a lot of the Telltale games that they've released recently have been, like, kind of depressing. It's like, oh god, every decision's gonna fuck me over. Oh, this is, everything sucks. That kind of mood and atmosphere. Whereas this, it's like, nah, man, it's all cool. We're all here. We're gonna have some fun. And it is very self-aware. Like, there's a couple of moments, like, how in Telltale games where they'll be like, this character will remember that?
Yeah. Like,
there's a moment in which you're talking to a character, and he literally looks to the top left of the screen and goes, what the fuck is that? And then there's another moment where you have to make a big decision on where to go. And the main character's like, man, I sure talk to myself for a really long time when I make really important decisions.
Okay, that's pretty funny.
So I actually really did. The comedy was actually really, really good. And one thing I will say is that the last episode was amazing because if there's 2 things I never thought that would come together, it's Telltale and Street Fighter. So,
what?
Yeah, I will say no more, but that is definitely a thing. So that was hilarious. And then you saw this actually yesterday, Fawaz. I played some Darkest Dungeon.
Yep, I saw that too.
Yeah, Alex watched me on the stream for a bit, and I got my asshole ripped apart by a boss. And it was actually hilarious because I had a moment where I had my A-team walking around in the dungeon, and I saw this new thing I'd never seen before, and it's like, give light to this object, and treasure shall await. And I'm like, okay, so I'll put a torch on this object. Immediately, I get teleported to some space-time continuum where I'm fighting a Cthulhu monster. And I'm like, no, this is not what I want. I was like, I was fooled. I'm too
I don't know what you expected, man. It's Darkest Dungeon. They don't give you shit for free.
Yeah. Anyway, though, that's what I played this week. What about you, Fawaz?
Well, guess what I played this week? I played The Last of Us.
Really?
Yeah. Well, I mean, played is a strong word. I reinstalled it and booted it up for a few minutes. So it's funny. I was grocery shopping and I ran to one of my old friends. Long story short, we were talking about how I should get on the multiplayer. He was like that. It's very reminiscent of Gears of War. And when you lent me the game, I didn't want to touch the multiplayer because I was gonna give you back the game. So I didn't want to get into the multiplayer and then have to return the game back to you. So I was like, whatever. I beat the game. I beat the story. I just won't bought that. So now I'm like, you know what? I've got nothing to play on my PS4 right now. I've got all this free time. And I have the game, so why not? So I started playing it. God, the beginning is goddamn slow. The first time I played it, it didn't bother me because, I was enjoying the story and all that stuff. And, I was learning the controls and all. But now that I've actually beaten the game, I'm just like,
You wanted it to be more like get to the point.
Yeah, get to the goddamn point. But it's fun, you know. Honestly, I'm just playing it so I can get reaccustomed to the controls.
Yeah. No, I know what you mean.
Yeah. But yeah, that's what I played this week.
All right, cool. What about you, Alex? What did you play?
Monster Hunter?
Yes, that's always on the list.
That's always on the list. Fawaz, come on. You should know.
I played some League of Legends as well.
No.
You know, I think I think the season is officially started now, according to some YouTubers. I haven't actually checked. But yeah, I played that a little bit. Good games, bad games, had all that stuff. But then, I guess yesterday I actually picked up The Witcher 3 again. Mainly because I saw Matthew Mercer in an amazing Halloween costume, which was very accurate depiction of the Witcher character.
Yes.
And yeah,
and then that inspired you.
I'll try it again. I'm gonna try it with a different mindset instead of putting on the hardest difficulty and just playing on the hardest difficulty because I can. Let's do normal mode and just dick around.
Yeah.
And you know, I got in really confused because I was in the middle of a story mission, and I finished the story mission with only half an idea of what the controls were, but with the easier difficulty, it wasn't too much of a problem.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's all I had time for.
All right.
That's what I played this week.
All right, cool.
Witcher 3, that's I've actually, it's funny you mentioned The Witcher 3. I was actually thinking about giving it another shot, mainly because I'm broke right now and I need something to play, and I haven't finished it yet. But also because honestly, The Witcher is one of those weird games. Like I feel like if I can just get past certain points of the story, because I think I'm about halfway through the story right now. I feel like if I just give it a few, because it started off okay, and then like the middle just drags on. It's like, let's go here to search for Ciri, let's go there to search for Ciri, let's go here to search for Ciri. Yeah. I'm like, for God's sake, you're a Witcher, like get your shit together. But yeah, I feel like. And then the other things that because like I really enjoy the core gameplay, and I can't state this enough. I like the combats. I love when you have a contract. I love doing your research, figuring out what the monster is, and then going in and crafting all the stuff that you need to fight that monster before you now go. I enjoyed that so much. I just hate the main campaign. It's so goddamn boring. So like I'm actually thinking about giving it another try. We'll see. You know,
I mean, like I never really got to play much of it because I just never bought it. But it's one of those really really big games that it's. And I was talking to Alex about this yesterday, and it's like part of the problem now is that I'm starting to like not like some of these intensely huge games. Because my compulsion is like, I want to beat the video game. And it's like, this game is too hard because there's too much shit in it. Like, I haven't even beat the main campaign in Fallout 4. Like, I'm nowhere near to the end.
God. Hey, I just wanted to add some context to why in January I suddenly seen a guy, Matthew Mercer, basically in a Halloween costume in January. Well, it's because I was watching I guess it was a 3-hour stream cut of like Dungeons and Dragons playthrough, which was called Critical Role.
Yeah.
It's a series on Twitch. I'm not sure if they're still on. I just know that the most recent episode they uploaded was a Halloween one. So that's what I just saw yesterday, and then I was like, I should give Witcher another try. So there's some context.
There's some context. All right, but let's get into some news. We got Division. A bunch of details. The actual beta has been finally announced. Not the release date, from what I can tell. The beta. It's going to be...
I'm pretty sure there's a release date.
Oh, wait, well, what's the release date then?
1 sec. It's March.
March, okay.
But let me get... The exact release date is the 8th of March, 2016. Yeah, they gave a release date a little while back.
Yeah, okay, yeah, sorry. I was lost in thoughts. But yeah, they are releasing the beta for it. If you want to get into it, you got to pre-order, and there's other ways to get into it, but the easiest is just a pre-order.
Yeah.
There's going to be, paid DLC, microtransactions, the whole shebang. They showed off a couple different things, some customization, which I thought was really, really cool. You can customize your soldier and whatnot.
Yeah.
And the other thing, but the one thing that was a little bit disappointing from at least some of the recent footage is that from what I can tell is that the map isn't as big as a lot of people thought it was going to be. Like, it's a lot smaller than, I guess, it was originally seen to be.
Yeah.
And that I was a little bit disappointing. I mean, I can understand though, like having a giant big map on an always online game can be really freaking, it could be
the butt.
Yeah, it'd be pain in the butt, and it was also be laggy as hell. As like someone who played like GTA Online, like that game would lag from time to time, and it was not fun. But yeah, what are your thoughts on what they've shown so far?
Well, first of all, just for the viewer, the beta starts on the 28th of January for the Xbox One and the 29th of January for the PS4 and the PC, which makes me laugh because they were talking about how you get to play the beta first on the Xbox One, which is technically true, but when they said first, I thought they meant like a week earlier, not literally 24 hours earlier. So I just laughed and I said, although the alpha was only on the Xbox One, so there is that. Anyway, in terms of the gameplay, I'm a big fan of shoot and loots. I loved Borderlands. I enjoyed Borderlands, and I loved Diablo. So like this game, I've been keeping my eye on this. But on top of that, I just really like to have some kind of game that I can play with my friends. I'm paying $50 a year for PlayStation Plus. I don't even bother with the instant game collection anymore. So like if there's no multiplayer game to play with my friends, then I might as well just cancel my PlayStation Plus subscription. I barely played anything with my friends last year. So honestly, I'm just looking for a multiplayer game that I can play cooperatively with my homies. And fair enough. And this looks like it's got some of that tactical stuff that I really enjoyed in Gears of War. And then it's got the shooter, it's got the loot system that I love from Borderlands. So I'm hoping I get into the beta. I haven't gotten an email about that yet. Hopefully I make it into the beta, and then I can get a first-hand impression. But all the impressions I've heard from the alpha have been positive. Like every single comment I've seen on a YouTube video, all the comments, because a lot of comments were really, really negative because the game has been downgraded graphically and all that stuff. But once the alpha happened, everybody, like every comment I've seen, I was talking about how, oh my god, I'm really looking forward to this game. The alpha was so much fun. So yeah, I'm excited.
Yeah, I mean, I'm still I'm on the fence. Like I still think like I'm not that hyped for the game as some people are. Like some people are just insanely hyped for this game. I'm kind of like indifferent to it. But I don't know. It looks interesting, but I will be interested to see when people actually get into the beta, and if the beta just starts to break immediately, then it'll be like, well, But what did you think of what they've shown so far, Alex?
Well, like you, I'm kind of indifferent to it. I suffer from exhaustion to the FPS genre. I was a Call of Duty obsessed teenager. And I played like every Call of Duty for the entire time growing up, and I just ever since Modern Warfare, that is.
It's not an FPS though.
But I know it's over the shoulder, and it's got like other like open world and like character customization, but the core gameplay is still like gunplay, like, and not even like fantasy gunplay, but like realistic gunplay. And to me, I got a serious exhaustion for that kind of gameplay. Like, it's really hard for me to like that kind of gameplay. I don't hold anything against people who do, but I've been there, but I'm just so tired of it now.
Well, there's a lot of shooters, like just like over the top shooters, first person shooters, shooters, Call of Duty shooters.
What is that sound?
What is what sound?
This windy sound. Am I the only one that's hearing that?
I don't know.
It could be my headphones. I'm trying to adjust it.
Alex, are you in like a wind turbine? Is there something you
No, I'm just in my basement.
Fair enough. It's a very windy basement. That is you.
No,
I can tell that is you. It's gotta be you. So you got a windy basement. This is our new gimmick now. I'm the one with the watch that never shuts up, and alarms constantly. You're gonna have the windy mic, and what's Fawaz gonna have? I don't know.
Could it be my breathing? Could that be it?
I don't know. I always feel like you have your mic super close to your mouth. I
don't really know with this headset yet.
By the way, this is all staying in.
I'm aware.
This is all staying in. This is the Game Smash special.
Oh.
Anyway, why don't we move on to our next topic instead of talking about this?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
All right, a bunch of new characters for Pokken Tournament. Plus, the official release date is set for March 18th.
March 18th.
Yeah. Why are you questioning that?
No, I was excited.
Oh, okay, because you were like, I thought March 10, or you got it wrong again.
No.
I'm like, no, what am I doing? It's all falling apart. Our mics aren't working. We're getting dates out wrong. It's like, oh no.
Hey. No, I was just excited.
Okay, I'm excited that you're excited. I'm always excited for another game to make me dust off the Wii U. So we got Brazen, who's like a fire Pokemon, that Firefox. We got Garchomp, Dragon type, legendary Pokemon Mewtwo, and Ghostfire Chandelure. And they kind of went into a little bit of detail about like how Garchomp is like a power character. Brazen is mostly kind of like ranged with like fire blasts. I mean, like overall, I'm excited that we're seeing more and more added to the roster. You know what's a Pokemon I really wish was in this game?
Tyranitar?
No. Kabutops. He's like a shellfish Pokemon. He's the one that has like the blades as arms.
Yes, I remember him.
Yeah. He's freaking... I always loved his design, and he looks like such a badass to me. And I would love to see him being announced for this game. I doubt it, but he's a classic from the first generation that I always really liked. But yeah, no, overall just pretty good news, just more characters. I was a little bit like, really, Chandelure, but
yeah,
you know, it's I mean, it's better than some of the other ones. I'm glad that the ice cream cone Pokemon is not making it into this game. I'm glad that the keychain Pokemon is not making it into this game.
Oh my god.
Dude, the keychain Pokemon has to be one of the stupidest designs I've seen in a really long time.
Yeah, can't argue with that.
It's a freaking keychain, for God's sakes.
Can't argue with that.
Because that's the point. Like, Pokemon has now run out of ideas because there's been a Pokemon of literally everything. So now it's like, we don't have any more animals to rip off, so now we're just going to do inanimate objects.
Have a door Pokemon.
Oh, God. Gotta push door Pokemon.
Oh, my God. That's funny.
Oh, God.
But yeah, it's a nice collection of characters outside of the Chandelure Pokemon. When I saw that, I was like, come on, guys. Yeah. Really? Sizer isn't in this game, and you're putting Chandelure?
Yeah.
Tyranitar isn't in here. Metagross is in here, but you're putting Chandelure. I wasn't even sure it was a real Pokemon. I thought I was trolled when I saw it. I'm like, hey, what? When did this happen? Because I haven't played Pokemon since like, not Silver and Gold, the one right after Silver and Gold.
That's Ruby. Yeah, Ruby and Sapphire.
Yeah, Ruby and Sapphire was the last version I played. So yeah, I was like, this can't be real. But yeah, apparently it is. Yeah. But no, overall the roster shaped up pretty nicely. I don't understand why we need Mewtwo because we already have like Dark Mewtwo. But hey, whatever.
Hey, listen, the more Mewtwo that's in this game, the better. That's what I say.
I'm like, if you have Dark Mewtwo, why don't you give us Mew? You know?
Yeah, that would be interesting. Yeah, that actually then you could reenact the battle from the first movie. Oh, that'd be great.
Yeah, minus the I'm not even going to rant about that. Cornea scene.
Nah, no, that scene gave me feels, man. Don't you shit talk that scene.
Yeah, feels in my stomach. I wanted to throw up. Are you kidding?
Look, listen. That's the most bullshit anime thing where magic tears save him, but
Tears.
It's magic tears. I love it. I absolutely love it. I remember as a kid, I was like crying, and I was like, this makes no sense, but thank God Ash isn't dead.
You know what's really funny? And as a quick microaggression, right?
Okay. Yeah.
I think growing older turned me into an asshole because I was rewatching that scene. It's funny we're talking about that scene because I was rewatching that scene like last week.
Oh yeah.
And when I was younger, I used to think Pikachu was so cute, you know, with the whole Pika Pika. And then I was rewatching that scene and I'm like, wow, this is so annoying. I can't believe people have watched like 600 episodes of Pika Pika. This grates. How does this not grate on the ears after a while? And I'm like, wow, growing old just turned me into an asshole.
Yeah. You know what? I will say this, like, as someone who has watched a lot of Pokemon episodes, there are far worse Pokemon in the show because at least Pikachu actually mixes it up. You know, he or she will go Pika or Pikachu or whatever, will mix it up and like make other noises. Whereas there's later on in the series, other Pokemon just flat out will just go like Venere, and that's all they'll say. And you're like, what the fuck? What is this bullshit? Like even Pikachu had standards. What the fuck is this? But anyway, there's our Pokemon rant.
Pokemon like Metapod. Did Metapod ever say anything?
No, Metapod kept his fucking mouth shut. he had standards.
He makes the rules. He didn't say his own names.
Yeah, I know. Metapod was like, I'm not gonna say my name. I have fucking standards. I'm not gonna talk to any of you fucking losers.
He's gonna hide in his shell for another 10 months or so.
Oh, Metapod was my favorite because he fucking did nothing. He just sits there and does fucking nothing.
Wasn't Harden like his only move?
His Harden, I think Harden and Tackle was his only move, but
in the show he didn't even have Tackle.
No, he didn't even have Tackle. In the game he had Tackle. In the show, it was like, I don't even know how the fuck he evolved. I think Ash just threw him at a Pokemon and just somehow it freaking just created a Butterfree. Oh, God. But yeah. Alright, that's our Pokken news. Enjoy. Alright. Next on the list, we got NetherRealm Studios announced an enhanced online beta for MKX, a new online infrastructure. So there's only going to be a couple of characters in this beta. The beta will be starting January 19th. But
it already started?
Shit.
Because we're recording this on the 21st.
Fuck. You know, it wouldn't be a Game Smash podcast if at least one time Tanner fucks up, dates or information, I did that for the people.
Yep, that was for you, viewer. Yeah.
Take one for the team.
Yeah.
Take one for the team. But yeah, this is actually a really cool thing because what they're doing is that as you all know, the game is already out. It's been out for almost a year. But the online infrastructure, from what I hear, I didn't really play the game online, is a little shit. So they're having a beta. They're testing out a brand new online infrastructure. They had a little video talking about like all this shit that no average gamer cares about. Latency issues and like rollback. And there was some Seth Rogen looking dude talking about stuff that I really didn't understand. But the long and short of it is that they're trying to improve the online of a game that has been out for almost a year and one of the highest selling games of last year. I tip my hat to them for that because honestly, like at this point, most developers are cutting their losses, and moving on to the next thing. But I give them props for this. The beta started. Apparently, the signups crashed their website. Standard shit. And the beta is only going to have Scorpion Sub-Zero naturally, and Johnny Cage and Jacqueline Breaks. So it's only going to have 4 characters, but they're going to improve. They're going to increase the number of characters as time goes on. Now I know neither of you is really big into like fighting games, but like from a gamer's point of view, how do you guys feel about them having a beta to improve their online like 8 months after the game?
I find that really interesting, honestly, because it's like I totally agree with you in the sense where it's like most other companies would just set up the infrastructure, maybe try and fix a couple different bugs, and then just leave it at that. They wouldn't like. I don't think, like, I've never really heard of many companies going like, okay, we're going to rework the entire infrastructure. We're going to release a beta for this new, improved infrastructure, and then hopefully this will make the online experience better. Like, I just haven't heard of some company doing this before, so I find it actually really, really cool. especially since it's a game that they don't need. I don't think they necessarily needed to do this. Like this is just something that they wanted to do, and I find that really actually pretty awesome. But yeah, I'm actually really interested to see how this beta goes. I would be really, really disappointed if this new infrastructure comes out worse. But hopefully that doesn't happen.
Yeah, hopefully that does not happen. But what about you, Alex? How do you feel about this?
Well, I mean, I kind of agree with you guys, but here, I'll play the devil's advocate and I'll be all negative and shit.
Yeah, I have to be the optimist.
Okay, well, they could be spending this money on their next game to make it better.
Mm-hmm.
Probably. Now the next game is going to be much cheaper, or much less effort, and now, what else could I say is negative? It could be worse. It could be worse than it already is. They could be making the game worse, devaluing what they've already released.
Freaking negative Alex.
Bastards.
Negative Alex over here. God.
But yeah, no, just like I know you were just trying to be negative, but just to play off what you said though, like in terms of their next game, this can also, because I mean the next thing they're probably doing is Injustice. Just let's call it spade a spade. Yeah, the next thing is probably gonna be the next Injustice game, and this will probably like help improve the infrastructure for Injustice as well, because if they work on this and they find something that actually works, because Injustice Online struggles too, so it's like at some point these dudes need to get their shit together. But yeah, this could help Injustice's infrastructure if they find a system that works really well for MKX. So there is that, but yeah, good stuff to NetherRealms. I mean, this is like I said, MKX is one of the highest selling games of last year, and they're still supporting it. They're not just cutting their losses and dip in. Like a couple weeks ago, 2K shut down the servers for NBA 2K14. And then these dudes are here, fixing the servers for MKX. So props to them.
Props to them, yeah, absolutely. But yeah, good stuff. And then we got a bunch of Paragon character trailers. They announced, they showed off a bunch of characters. We got Gadget, who's like an engineer class. Feng Mao has a cool Naginata. Rampage, kind of rock guy. Reminded me a lot of Malphite from League of Legends, weirdly enough.
Yeah.
That was
There's
more
a reference I could get.
That's why I made it. And then we got Kalari, an assassin with invisible swirls, swinging twirls. I don't know, fucking whatever. Steel, who's all about the shield. And this is once again Hero Shooter 2016.
Hero Shooter 2016.
We got.
Although this is more of a traditional MOBA. Overwatch and Battleborn have MOBA elements in them, but this game is actually a MOBA.
Yes.
Period. So yeah, there is a bit of a difference there, and it's funny that you said Hero Shooter, because using the gameplay video that they posted, most of the characters weren't shooters.
Yeah. Now I think about it.
The Gadget character didn't even have a gun. She had this thing that she summons. Steel has a shield. So yeah, this isn't. No, actually, I'm gonna disagree with you on that. This doesn't fall under the hero shooter stereotype.
Yeah, I guess I actually agree with you now that I think about it, because I didn't actually realize nobody shot a gun in that trailer. I mean, I did see like a robot that was shooting stuff. So there's still probably going to be ranged characters.
Of course.
But in a way, this kind of looks a lot more interesting, because it's more like it is more like a MOBA in the sense where there's people with melee weapons and only melee weapons and stuff like that.
Yep.
And honestly, obviously it can't be a Game Smash podcast if we're not shitting on Battleborn. The trailers are just presented so much better. I actually know how the characters work. I know what they're doing.
Oh my god! It's like Battle. We're not even talking about Overwatch today, and somehow we find a way to shit on Battleborn.
I had to find a way. That was the first thought that came into my mind. It's like, wow, these trailers are so much more informative than Battleborn. What the hell?
Can't disagree with that.
And this game was announced at freaking at the PlayStation Experience?
I don't know if it was announced at the PlayStation Experience, but yeah, that was when the proper gameplay reveal was at the PlayStation Experience. That's December, and yeah, this is already being handled better than Battleborn. Yeah. No, I completely agree with you. Yeah. Like they didn't do it as well as Blizzard have done with Overwatch. Because what Blizzard does is that they actually have a video where they walk you through the character's abilities and stuff. Whereas in this one, what they did was, you see the characters, and then the character doesn't move, and there'll be a little blurb at the bottom of the screen.
Yeah.
Talking about what the move was. They didn't go into too much detail, and there was some moves that weren't labeled and stuff. But yeah, it is better than Battleborn. How Battleborn has handled that. Yeah. And they also released an abilities trailer for Steel.
Yes.
So there was a trailer that they released recently for this character Steel, who looks more like a tanky type character. He's got a couple of abilities, some interesting looking ones. He's got this force. Sorry, what?
I was just thinking because every single one of these games has to have one character who can put up a wall, like a shield wall.
I guess that's just the MOBA standard.
That's just
So he had the force shield, the force shield move. He had a shield block move, which just protects himself. He had a charge move where he rams you down with the shield, and then he finally had a shield slam. I think, shield slam where he jumps up and he dunks the shield on somebody. So hopefully we see more trailers like this, because they've actually revealed a lot of characters so far. If you go on the page, the Paragon official page, there are 6 or 7 characters. It was at first it was just CG trailers. This was before the PlayStation Experience. There was one for Steel, Twin Blast, Decker, Sparrow, Grox, and then the 4 characters that were revealed in this mid lane push. So 9 characters. So hopefully, as time goes by, because the alpha test is gonna happen soon, we start getting more hero ability trailers. But I've been babbling for a while, so I'm gonna slide it over to you.
Alex, what do you think of what they've shown so far?
Yeah.
Well, sadly, I missed this trailer, so I don't have much to say about it. But I've seen plenty of Overwatch footage, not over the past week or anything, but I think it looks pretty cool. When I picked up League of Legends and I got really frustrated with community at first and the learning curve of it, having to memorize all this shit, I kind of promised myself that I would never get into another MOBA and just this one, and I'll never torture myself like that again. But Overwatch doesn't look like a hassle. So, I don't know. I think it could be a pretty cool game and I might pick it up.
Yeah. But no, I see what you mean. Where it's in contrast, this game could possibly be difficult to learn, depending on the systems and whatnot. I think it will also be interesting just from comparing it a little bit to League of Legends that it has lanes. There is laning. There's a mid lane from one of the trailers. So I'm curious to see how viewing the map from over the top, over the shoulders perspective, at least from what we could tell from the trailer, is going to affect how you strategize. Because in League of Legends, you can see the entire map for the most part.
They'll probably go with more of a Smite, because Smite had the over the shoulder look, but then they have a map to the bottom, the bottom right of the screen has a map of the map, so you can kind of strategize in that sense, and it shows you where your teammates are and all of that. So actually, there's a gameplay video. There are a couple gameplay videos for the alpha test stuff. In the top right of the screen, there's the map showing you all the lanes and showing you where your teammates are and stuff like that. So
that's interesting then. But I guess we'll have to just see more. Honestly, I am actually a little more interested than I was when at least when I first got to see this at the PlayStation Experience.
Yeah.
I'm actually a little more interested in this game now that we actually got an actual gameplay trailer. Because when we saw the cinematic trailer, I was like, okay, what is the game actually going to look like? And I was actually surprised. The game actually does look pretty good overall.
Well, I mean, it's epic.
Well, yeah, it is Epic, and they know how to make their games pretty cool.
Yeah, if nothing else, Epic know how to make good-looking games.
Good-looking games.
Yeah.
But lastly on our list, a new trailer for Zelda Wii U is apparently on its way. It's reported to actually have some gameplay in it. Thank God. But from the company, from what this is all about, is that a company that made this sort of mix between like, you know, gameplay and possibly some live action stuff. The company that made the trailer this stated that the trailer is gonna have like, you know, an older guy, you know, trying to help his daughter get into Zelda or whatnot, you know, and whatnot. It's sort of like it's meant to be like passing down Zelda to you know, the younger generation and whatnot, almost like a rite of passage or something like that. And I thought that was kind of cool. And we are going to be seeing some gameplay. But the other thing that a lot of people have been speculating is that you know, it's showing a girl trying to make a Link costume, right? So some have speculated that this is going to be the game that actually has Linkle becoming canon. Now, I've talked about Linkle, but for those who don't know, Linkle is basically the gender-swapped version of Link that is being released in Hyrule Warriors this year. And she's a dual wielder who uses crossbows, which I thought was really neat. And I'm actually really interested because I would be so interested to see if a Zelda game actually had a gender swapped Link, because just something to mix up the formula. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, I mean, Link is very feminine as it is already, so it won't take a whole lot.
He's not that. He's not that effeminate. You clearly did not play Skyward Sword, because Girahim, oh boy, oh boy, indeed. But no, I see what you mean. But I feel like this would be an interesting, if Linkle is in the game to some sort of extent. I would be super excited for that, because that would add a new twist on the Zelda game, that it's like something different, something really, really different to the formula, which is something that I think would help the game a lot.
Yeah, it would be in tune with what Nintendo have been going out of their comfort zone a lot of late. You know, like with Splatoon, with there was something else, but I can't remember. Well, let's just stick with Splatoon for now. With Splatoon, for example, Nintendo have been doing a lot of stuff that's
out of
they've been going out of their comfort zone a fair bit. So I mean, even the Linkle, even adding Linkle to Hyrule Warriors is not something that you'd have expected Nintendo to make back in the day. You know, giving someone else free reign over their intellectual property.
Yeah.
And then, you know, adding Linkle is something that is also out of character with Nintendo. So I wouldn't be surprised if they ended up doing it, because they're slowly, you know, letting go of their old traditions and you know, trying new stuff. So yeah, that'll be interesting.
Yeah. But what do you think of the possibility of a female Link in this game, Alex?
Oh, in Hyrule Warriors?
Not Hyrule Warriors, but I mean in the next Zelda Wii U that's coming out, like the next game.
I mean, I'm cool with it. Link's always been kind of a silent protagonist, so you just kind of impose your own personality into as you're playing the game true. To me. But like, you know, he's female or whatever, you could still do that. Yeah. Doesn't matter.
Yeah. Okay.
As long as your only weapons are dual wielding crossbows. I think that's stupid as hell.
Oh, we had an argument about this last night, about how dual wielding crossbows is really, really. I think it's really cool, but Alex thinks
First
it's
of
really
all,
stupid.
The reloading would be impossible.
No, it's magical crossbows, Alex. There's a difference.
So they automatically reload.
See? There we go. Flaws has
Why not go the whole way then and just...
That was sarcasm. I was asking if you know, the fact that they're magic, they just automatically reload or something like that. I don't know.
They're rapid fire, apparently.
Yeah, rapid fire. We're splitting hairs here.
Yeah. Anyway. I just think it's dumb. I think they could have given him a cooler weapon than dual crossbows. I don't like that.
Yeah.
Her.
Yeah. But yeah, you know, to each his own. You know.
No, I like, you know, Linkle, cool. Weapon, dual crossbows, could do better.
All right,
do a lot better.
Yeah, fair enough. All right, so we got some questions of the day from Jay Streets. We got two good ones. Let's start with the first one. So I slept on it. Didn't want to ask a serious question because I think something playful but insightful would be better. So I have a question that seems simple at first but will make you think. Who are your top 2 video game characters you would want to be? Keep in mind...
2?
2?
For God's sake, Jason.
He said 2, but let's
you were wondering why I did my research.
Well, we can do 2, or we can say, we can modify this question and be like, we're gonna give you 1 because we're not that.
I want to give 2.
Well, you can still give
but
2, but this is mostly for Waz is not scrambling at the last minute.
For me, it's like one character is the easy way out, and then one character is legitimately picking a completely developed protagonist.
Yeah. But that's his question. That's his question. But he also put the stipulation that keep in mind you are adopting their lives and their struggles. So be wary. I guess I'll go first. Fuck it. I'm gonna be a badass. I want to be Commander Shepard. I want to.
I mean, you could die, but they're gonna bring you back anyway.
Yeah, so. That's true. I did die. I died in the beginning of Mass Effect 2, but that didn't fucking stop me. I came back.
There's an interesting game theorist theory about how he might just be a clone.
Yeah.
And that he didn't actually die. Oh, that he did die in Mass Effect 1. And
hey, listen,
did not get revived. You got replaced.
I would totally be fine with being a clone.
But you wouldn't be a clone. You'd be dead.
Exactly.
Well,
you'd be dead, and
you only have
I would have. Here's the thing. I would have lived a good life up to that point, so I think I would be fine. Like I would have traveled. I would have traveled across the galaxy. I would have got to hang out with Garrus. Be bros with Garrus. Hang out with Tali Zora. All that.
You get your one romantic quest line.
Yeah. Sorry, what did you say for what?
I said had sex with Kaden.
That. Listen, that's not canon, all right? And it wasn't Kaden, it was James Vega. Like, come on, get your facts right.
Kaden and James Vega.
Wait, whoa. I'm not talking both at the same time here. Like, that's a little too much. That's a little too much for me to handle,
I think we're moving over to a previous question.
Anyway, but that would be my first choice. My second choice would be Red from Pokemon. I wouldn't mind exploring the world,
God damn it!
Oh, is that your option?
That was one of my options.
Oh, haha! Screw you! I went first, bitch.
I got a backup.
You got a backup. All right. But I feel like I actually do like the idea of becoming a Pokemon trainer and just exploring the world and whatnot. And I don't know. I feel like that would be a lifestyle that would be a lot of fun.
And not bleak or horrible.
Other
video games.
Like other video games. That was the hardest question. That was the hardest part about this question, which I kind of loved, is that every video game character lives in a world that can probably kill them, or at least the ones that are interesting.
Yeah.
But those are my 2 answers. What about you, Fawaz?
Okay, so the first character I'm gonna pick is Yu Narukami, the protagonist from Persona 4.
I was thinking of Persona actually. That's cool.
Yeah, because I was like, okay, you know what? He's a high school student. I mean, sure, they go into the midnight channel and save people's lives and stuff. But in general, most of what he's doing is just making friends with people, figuring out which one of the shorties he wants to. Just being chill, enjoying life, going on ski trips, and I'm like, living as Yu Narukami wouldn't be that much of a digression from my regular life. It's not too because I was considering being a protagonist from Bloodborne, but I'm like, hell to the no.
You're going you'll switch into your Bloodborne body and be like, oh, this is kind of cool, and immediately die.
Not even that. I'm gonna be in the Forbidden Forest fighting giant snakes.
That's not fun.
Like, screw that.
You gotta feel the pain from every hit.
That shit is actually going to hurt. When Vicar Amelia cocks back her hand and smacks me across the screen, that shit ain't gonna be fun.
It's not gonna be fun. It's not gonna be a good time. I mean, you'll look cool, but you're still gonna get the shit beaten out.
Yeah, whereas with Yu Narukami, if I'm close enough to my friends, they'll actually push me out of the way.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, they'll take a mortal blow for you.
Yeah, they'll take a mortal blow for me, and it's like, yo, man, he's the perfect person that I would want to I would want to be. Yeah.
Just throw Rise in front of you as a shield, Because that's what she's good for.
Oh, someone wasn't a fan of Rise.
I wasn't exactly a great... Honestly, Rise's not that bad. I hated Yukari way more from Persona 3, but Rise was not my favorite character. So I would totally be like, oh, you're going to take a mortal blow for me? Yeah, that's cool. Anyway, how about you, Alex? Characters, go.
Alright, so the first one should surprise no one who has ever heard a word out of my mouth about Monster Hunter. I picked my Monster Hunter character, my first one. That's the safety kind of cheating one, because it's not a developed character; it's a custom character. But other than that, it's pretty fair because, I mean, your Monster Hunter character goes through a lot of hardship. Like you get beat to shit by a lot of different monsters. Yeah. But here's the thing: you never die. You always get rescued by the cats with the stretchers, and they bring you back to base, and then you can I give up, or I'm gonna go back out there and fight. You're always going to end up fine in the end. And it's such a positive world to live in. Like, all the people are really kind and reasonable that you encounter. And you get to make all kinds of cool shit. And if I was using the character that I've already created, then holy shit, I'd be rich as fuck.
Oh,
and I'd have every weapon at my disposal that I could possibly want.
Oh, you'd be chucking that zenny all day, every day.
Yep.
But also, I didn't think about this, but also you would be great food in Monster Hunter.
Yeah, lots of food. Lots of food choices. There's like a little opera in one of the places too, and there's entertainment,
I don't think
you
there's...
go tavern drinking with a bunch of randoms. It's all good fun.
It's all good fun. Any other characters?
So then my second one, this is a hard one because so many games I've played are just so bleak for the main character or any character in it. And it's just, how do I choose one and not be guaranteed to die and have a horrible life?
Ooh, here we go.
I thought a few things went through my mind. Maybe like playing like a side character in the Mario world, like Luigi? Yeah. That's not bad. Except that his brother is kind of a sociopath and is abusive, so I'm like, maybe not.
Yeah.
And then I thought maybe a Kingdom Hearts character, they do kind of run the risk of dying, but if you follow like the story, like the intended ending and all that, the canon stuff, they don't really die. You have to try again, and you fuck up. Yeah. I don't know. A game where people just don't get fucked up.
But I think Luigi's a good choice.
Sure, Luigi. I'll stick with Luigi.
Because here's the thing: Luigi is so vastly superior to Mario in every single way. Like Luigi's amazing.
But if I could be Mario and replace his personality, then suddenly there's a non-sociopath as the main character. So that's cool.
Yeah,
I don't want to be Mario as he is.
Yeah,
And if anyone's wondering, well, what do you mean? Mario's not a sociopath. Watch the Game Theorist stuff, and he will convince you. I promise.
He apparently, yeah. This is all canon. All right. Our last question, also from J Streets, is what game hit you in the feels most? That's right. I'm going there. What game do you have deep emotions, connections with? Spoilers are welcome. I actually had a lot of trouble thinking about this, because I'm thinking of like games that have made me like pretty damn close to tears. So I'm gonna be like, I'm sure Fawaz will like sigh when I say this, but I will specifically say Walking Dead Season 1 from Telltale. Man, did I really enjoy playing as Lee and hanging out with Clementine, and I felt the stakes just got really real when she was put into danger. And that last scene in episode 5 is really, really strong for me, and is really, it's a really, really good and emotional moment. I'd also kind of say that I had a very similar thing happen with in Persona 4, actually. I think Fawaz knows what I'm talking about with a certain, Nanaka.
Yeah, I know the scene that you're talking about.
Yeah. Where Alex has seen it too, but like when Nanaka is...
Hey!
What? Yeah, yeah. Well, he was watching. He was watching me play it at the time, and he could attest to me not handling it very well. When Nanaka was in the hospital bed and apparently dies, and I'm just like, I really understand what they were doing in that scene where it's like, you hang out with this sweet character who's one of the best kid characters in video games. Like Nanaka is amazing because she's not annoying. Like she's actually really, really awesome. And when you see her die, the idea of I want to kill this guy who you don't really know he could be the killer, could not be the killer, but the idea behind that is actually really, really interesting. And that gave me a lot of feel. So I kind of tie. I'd say those two games actually hit me pretty damn hard. But what would be you, Fawaz?
Well, for me, I don't know. I can't really think of anything off the top of my head. Cause a lot of games I played, it felt okay. Like I have an issue when games with Persona 4, right? That's probably what I pick as my answer. Because like with Persona 4, it felt organic, right?
Yes.
You know, it was like the story just played through, and then this terrible thing happened. You know, the way shit usually happens in real life. But there are a lot of games I played that just feel like they were trying very hard to, you know, quote unquote, get you in the field. Like I played Brothers. I rolled my eyes for most of that game. Seriously. Because it was just like, you know, it was like misery porn, you know? Oh, this one bad thing happened, then this one bad thing happened, and this other bad thing happened. I'm like, you know, whatever. Yeah. Like eventually I'm like, okay, now you're just trying too hard.
Yeah, like it's a difference between something like a sad...
I got an example of that too, where a game's trying too hard to make you feel bad. If I could interject.
Yeah.
Sure.
Go.
Okay, so I have this. I played Army of Two, 40th Day. It's a sequel to Army of Two, the original.
Yeah.
And let me tell you, I played that through that game twice, because there's a lot of moral decisions, and you have like two choices. And I decided I'm going to choose the opposite choice, and I discovered that no matter what you pick, the game tries its damnedest, even bending the reality, to make you feel bad. It's so dark. Like, the first choice is like you have to choose between killing this guy who refuses to trade the guns to you, or just leaving and not taking the guns. And if you kill him, it shows a picture of his daughter, so that's great. But if you don't kill him, then it shows him trading the guns to your enemy. And you're like, well, that's great. So like, okay.
Yeah.
And later on, there's like a elaborate scene where you have this companion that rescued you from imprisonment. And he's like, okay, good to see you. Now I'm going to go into this dark room where I have a female prisoner tied up. And you're like, well, do I kill him or do I pretend nothing happened because he helped us? And so, yeah, that's pretty creepy.
I remember,
the first time I attacked him, and then it showed this elaborate scene where first she comes out of the room after you free her, and shoots him again, like after you hit him.
Yeah.
Oh,
and then it goes to this elaborate scene where she's going after his child to kill his child, and he comes up bloodied from all the gunshots and takes her down, and probably dies holding this baby in his arms. And I'm like, what the fuck? And then I go back, and if you just leave it, then it's just nothing. Like, it's just, oh yeah, you left this guy with a female prisoner tied in the room in the dark, and you're like,
it's like, yeah, it's
living with that.
It's one of those things where it's like implied, but I totally see what you mean. It's the difference between a sad scene happening organically in the narrative than a sad scene happening for the sake of a sad scene. Like there's plenty of games where I felt like the only reason why this happened was because you wanted something sad to happen. Like I felt Fable 2, yeah, Fable 2 was pretty bad with the dog getting shot at the very end and your family getting killed at the very end.
I'd have given that guy a high five for shooting that stupid ass dog.
Hey, listen, anyway, the dog, I like the dog, but he was the only thing that made that game a lot less painful for me, was just hanging out with the dog. But I'm not saying that he was a great dog to begin with. Resident Evil 4 is still the best dog ever. Like,
there was a dog in Resident Evil 4?
Yeah, you save the dog or the wolf or whatever, from the bear
That's
trap.
the thing. If you don't save the dog, then what dog? Like,
who doesn't say that? You walk seriously? Like the dog is like chained up. His leg is in a trap, and I'm like, who has the heart to just walk by and go, eh? Like the poor thing is like squealing in pain. And if you do release it, then you get the most badass thing ever, where the dog comes back and helps you fight the boss.
Oh yeah, I remember.
Yeah. But yeah, he was badass dog. But yeah, no, I totally get what you're saying. It's just scenes. Like that's why I put like Persona and Walking Dead. Is that I feel like those two games had sad things happen organically rather than just for the sake of bad things happening. But Alex, before we forget, what was your deep emotional connection with the game?
Right.
Or what game gave you the feels?
Off the top of my head, I would pick Kingdom Hearts 1.
Ooh.
Just because it was kind of a childish game, but it hit me at the right time. I was about the right age. I think I was like 10 or something. And it was just a really fun experience. It was the intro especially, like, really, it got me into it right away because it had this like a really cool song, which I could not find.
It's simple and clean.
Yeah, it's called Simple and Clean.
Yeah.
But I just couldn't download it or buy it. I couldn't find it. But anyway, it was paired with a cutscene, which at the time I thought was very graphically impressive, and it was just kind of this dream inception mindfuck that completely drew me in. And then there was all kinds of really amazing adventures on that game that you just very memorable. Like even the Disney characters that you might not like would like have interesting adventures. Like Ariel, like I didn't care about mermaids, but like it was the underwater level. I was like, holy shit, this game has an underwater level now.
It's an underwater level that doesn't suck.
Yeah, exactly.
Just not to interject you, but the music in that game especially is just top notch. Absolutely,
music was awesome.
Just so many. That game has emotional piano just done really, really well. Like really.
Kingdom Hearts. I unfortunately I never got to finish either of them, but that was the soundtrack of that game was quite
so
impressive.
good. But yeah, no, great questions from Jay Streets.
Real quick, Tanner. Sorry.
Yeah, go for it.
Okay, so because I never actually gave my answer, you know what I'm gonna pick? I'm gonna pick Spec Ops: The Line, and I'm not gonna dwell on it too long.
Because I
know where we're hitting.
No,
time,
no,
but,
you know what? No, I really want to talk about it. Spec Ops: The Line actually has a amazing story.
Yeah.
That really like blew me. I completely forgot about that game because it's such a sleeper kind of cult game.
Yeah, because when it was coming out, I saw it and I thought, generic third-person shooter. I'm gonna pass. And then I heard Yahtzee shits on third-person shooters. Like that is his favorite pastime, just shitting on third-person shooters. And then he starts praising this game, and I'm like, what? Hell no! So I go and I looked the game up, and the game had a really good story, and there's some awesome scenes in there, some really and like I said, it felt organic to the story. It wasn't like misery for the sake of misery. It was difficult stuff that probably happens on a day-to-day basis that we don't think about, right? So I was like, you know what, I gotta give a shout out to Spec Ops: The Line real quick.
Yeah, and also I would love to praise how that game has multiple endings, and each ending feels like it comes naturally. Like there's several different endings to that game. I think there's about 4. And the one thing I like, just to clarify what I mean, is that I feel like there's some games that when they have multiple endings, there's certain endings that make no sense, that they come out of fucking nowhere, but they're just there for multiple endings' sake. But this game actually has like multiple endings that make sense, where like you could see how the character came to that conclusion. And obviously I'm dancing around because it's like if we were to flat out spoil the game, like it would ruin the experience. Yeah. But boy, is there a twist near the end that really got me.
Yeah.
But yeah, good stuff. But yeah, so thanks for watching Game Smash Podcast. Glad to see you back in action, Alex. We appreciate you showing up. But yeah, we're gonna have to wrap things up. So don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment. And if you leave a comment in the comment section, we'll make sure to answer in the next podcast. And as always, this was William Liberty and
Fawaz Muhammad Yusuf
and
Alex Lacour.
And we'll see you guys next time. Take care.
Bye.